Hello, my dear friends. Good morning and good evening. A warm welcome to one and all of you. And I'm very, very thrilled and excited to once again begin this series where we are been dealing through various subjects, the subjects that really helps us to improve our journey in life and how we could stay connected, as a human being with all positive energy and everything that is essential for you as far as your life is concerned, right? And the very reason to kind of have these sessions, going on, what keeps us going on is nothing but we want to build people. We want to ensure that this mankind is able to overcome the challenges in life, right? And is there anybody in this room that could say, yeah, my life, no, I have no challenges at all. I do not know what you're talking about. No one can say that, right? Because why? Every single day when you march forward in your life, you will definitely see challenges in some or other form, in the form of human beings or in the form of um, your a challenging boss at workplace or your neighborhood or your own wife, your own husband, your own children within the family circles. Or maybe suddenly there is a law being passed in the foreign land wherever you are living, and that disturbs you. A pandemic situation is good enough to disturb you, right? So every single thing. See, yesterday I heard a news that the schools are going to get opened, and I was really worried about my child. Should I really send my child to the school at this point of time? They may reopen, but is it safe or not? So these are the things which really keeps us kind of occupied, or worried sometimes. But we need to find ways to overcome. Otherwise, what happens is you will end up losing your peace, and that is not the way to live your life, right? One such aspect what we picked up for today's session is none other than patience. Many people, or most of the people, or sometimes you'll be surprised, all the people lack in patience today. The reason is because the world is full of rage, anger, right? Anger in the sense they're not able to, kind of accept defeats. They're not able to accept the losses. They're not able to accept everything that they're not able to acquire in life. And what happens that anger keeps overwhelming in your body, in your mind, and all that, in your emotions. Whenever you get a chance to pour that emotions, you end up pouring it on a wrong person. For example, you end up in a road rage. It's not worthy for somebody to fight with each other and beat each other and all that. Why that rage happens is because of all the irritations that are being, overwhelmed, or accumulated in your mindset. And at some point of time, when you end up, meeting a person who is crossing your path and always, striking you hard, you end up pouring everything. That's why you will say some mails are very strong, some conversation gets really nasty, and you would not have done anything worthy of that person getting so worked up, right? But then when you really dig through and if you see, it's not about you, but it's about that person, what he kept on accumulating within him. And that's why you see a lot of people lack in patience. This is the key reason, right? Now, there are other reasons also. We will have a systematic study of patience. We will discuss on that in detail. Why is patience important in our life? It is important to be patient and keep going to reach our goals, because without patience you will not be able to achieve your destiny, right? You will not be able to achieve your targets. You will not be a good visionary. You will not be able to plan well. You will be not able to focus or concentrate, right? The concentration will be shattered. Impatience, no, you do everything in a hurry. What happens? The quality is compromised. You need to really give it some time. Therefore, I mean, don't end up giving very long time. You end up spending 10 years for one simple task to be achieved. I'm not saying that way either, right? See, once we learn the importance of patience, we can stop worrying, because patience is tightly coupled with worrying. The more impatient you are, the more worrisome you become. Why? Because you are a compromiser in terms of quality. The qualitative output or the quality in the output will be compromised, and therefore it keeps on worrying you. Some people always they'll be biting their nails. The reason is because they're impatient. Correct? No? We can stop worrying when things take longer than we would like, or than it desires, or than you desire to take, right? Patience makes it very easier to live because it reduces the negative emotions like stress, anger, or frustration. And why do you need patience? Many people ask this question without a doubt, right? Patience is the pause, pause button, right? All of you can pause your videos, and then you can go for a break and then have a fag or something like that. Come back again and pretend as if the video is continuing. Pause button. Patience means pause button, right? It really helps you to slow down. Your system slows down, your emotion slows down, your rage, anger slows down, and taking a deep breath and all that. Why? The psychiatrists teach you, right? Take a deep breath and all that. Why? Because it's like a pause, right? That helps you to, or helps us to get our thoughts back in order, our planning, our visions back in order, yeah, and our feelings under control. It gives us the persistence to carry out things that will lead us to a long term goal, right? And helps us realize that success will come to those who keep trying. If you're not a person who would keep trying whenever you fall down, whenever you fail, and all that, you are a person who will certainly end up in a situation where you will give up. You will give up means what? You will accept the defeat. Accepting defeat is good, but finding ways to overcome and converting the defeat to success, that's called as life, right? That's important in this journey of life when you travel across. Now, why is patience so difficult at times? Patience gets really worsened, and they become impatient and angry and uncontrollable, right? They're like psychiatric patients, and they're uncontrollable. Why it gets difficult, right? See, in a world where we live, right, where instant gratification is the norm, right, and impatience has become a way of life, so much so that people don't think they have time to practice patience. And they also think patience is unnecessary to be practiced also. Yeah, impatience is something which is commonly being felt and commonly being embraced by people because the world is running fast. The world is full of automation. What manual work the bank staffers used to be doing long ago, not too long ago, right? 10 years ago. Nowadays, it's one computer that does the job of 20 people. And a lot of automation is done. There are a lot of back-end jobs that runs in the night, and it sends report and automatically notifying the customers. And you don't have to send the manual notifications. You don't have to call up your customer. The nightly job does everything. So what happens is, when the patience is requested of you, you don't get to show that patience or inculcate or instill that patience. Why? Because the world is not waiting for you, which means the people are not ready to wait. There is a lot of as much as I appreciate automation and the modernized technology and all that, but the consequence is, it really makes the human being, that it spoils the character of the human being. From the physical anatomy perspective, you're supposed to work, enjoy the work, slow down in life. You don't have to rush and run like this. Unnecessary. That's not the way to live your life. You need to enjoy your life, right? And that's the reason you will say impatience has been linked to cognitive and social incompetence and an ability to cope with the frustrations of life, disappointments of life, failures in life, unsuccessful stories in life, right? Life is not full of success stories. You and I know that, right? Definitely. Everything will come in due time, will happen in due time in its season. There is a season, not spring season and summer season and winter season alone, because there are seasons in your life, and you need to understand things happens when the seasons approach, when the time approach. But don't keep sitting back. And I'm not trying to build you as a sluggish person or a lazy person. That's not my intention. But what I'm trying to say here is, you got to be smart, you got to really work hard, but you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to compromise on your patience. You don't have to compromise on your peace and joy. All of you are with me? Okay. Now, what are the qualities of patience? You're talking so much about patience, bro. Now, what are the qualities of patience? Patience, by definition, right? The quality is nothing but being able to calmly endure or calmly handle the sufferings that you go through in life. Yeah. Some losses are suffering, tragic losses, pandemic. Many people lost beloved ones and beloved ones. You need to be really patient and calm. And what to do happened, unfortunately. Many people lost their jobs. You need to be patient until you get the next job. But then, how do I survive? For that, you should have already been patient enough to sit and plan. You are a spendthrift, you are running, spending money, whatever you have earned, you have not saved anything. Considering it's like contingency planning, right? Considering some of the damages that this world could offer to you, or some of the bad things that are in that are awaiting to meet you in your life. You need to have this contingency planning. Therefore, you keep some stock, you keep some money in reservation to fix these damages. It's called as damage control program. Many people will understand this concept, right? Or in other words, calmly endure the suffering, endurance, right? You're able to handle endurance, you're strong enough to handle the sufferings calmly, right? The delays calmly, and vexation in life calmly. Like, for example, you may be having certain sickness and doctor is treating, but medicines are not helping, and the doctor finally tells only time can heal. Yeah, doctors make this powerful statement, and I'll tell you what, without medicine also time can heal certain sicknesses. For example, common cold and flu, but pandemic situation, don't take it lightly. But otherwise, I'm telling this seasonal allergies and all that, right? Time will heal it. Yeah. And for example, you have a simple scratch on your this, don't immediately go to the doctor, take one TT injection, all that. Just leave it. Time will heal, but ensure that it doesn't get septic. Put that little bit of Dettol and clean it and all that. Time will heal it automatically. Our body is full of antibodies and we have immune system. Probably if you're a diabetic, then don't go by this advice, meet the doctor. But then generally I'm telling you, right? You have the enduring capacity, and that's how our body is manufactured, our mind is manufactured. We are strong people by nature. Only thing, this world has taught us that, you are so weak, you cannot handle this. It's all about negative. Why? Because the world is in so much of rush. They want things to be churned out quickly. That's not the way how the physical anatomy works. That's what you need to pay attention for, right? Now, not it's not easily provoked, but then you preserving in long continued or minute work, you definitely have that calmness inculcated. That's why sometimes if you're in that rushing work, pick a work or pick a job which is really minute. For example, become a jeweler, right? How they design the jewelry and they carve it and all that, or become a sculpture, or an articraft fellow or something like that. You will get a lot of patience. Or go for teaching line, teaching students. No, you will automatically become patient and very very calm. So pick a job which will teach you patience is also one of the things which we are trying to say. How to use patience in our daily life. Many people have patience, but they don't know how to use it. When you complete your daily life course, be patient while doing these activities, especially. So when you're in a hurry, for example, traveling and commuting in Bangalore, always I'm in a hurry when I take vehicle. Why? Because traffic. When I get little space, now immediately I will accelerate. Now all of you are understanding me. Why? Because Bangaloreans, they understand this language better than anyone. Traffic, right? Especially during peak hours, right? And having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, in the middle of meeting, and rushing and eating and all that. These are all not good habits, right? You need to show patience while you're driving, which means you plan. Start 30 minutes early, right? And end up your meeting and say that, this is my lunch time, beloved, my friend. And you know what? Foreigners understand. You may be working in India for an American. That guy understands. Only thing you don't, it's your Indian mentality that doesn't allow you to open your mouth and tell. And it's not that, and you will blame him. That fellow, no, he will not understand. No, he will understand. Yeah, they respect our emotions, but you are the one who is not making that statement. Therefore, you are to be blamed. Now, why patient is the key to success? Patience puts us in direct control on ourselves. You have complete control over your emotions, over your thought process, over your decisions, everything, right? And there is no more powerful aid to success than self-possession of your brain capacity on your thought process and etc. Right? When we are patient, we give ourselves time to choose how to respond. To a given event, or to a given problem, or to a given situation or a circumstance, right? Rather than getting emotionally, you get hijacked by emotions, right? Emotional outburst. It allows us to stay gathered no matter what is happening. And also your brain, no, it doesn't function by its nature. All unnecessary unwanted chemicals get secreted, and because you are in an emotional outburst, you're not of your on your own, right? You're being driven by emotions. This is not your character, and you cannot fix it. That's a problem, right? Is patience a good quality? Many people ask this question also. Yes, patience is very very essential for a good life. Why they ask this is, some people, how much ever you yell at them, they don't change. And how much ever you shake them, they don't get to react fast or whatever. That is sluggishness. That's not patience. Okay, I'm telling you the difference between sluggishness and patience, right? Don't mix it up. And might be the they are the most happy ones. People who are patient, no, they're very very happy people. Now, religions and philosophers and have long praised the virtue of patience. I'm not getting in there. But now researchers are starting to do so as well. The recent studies have found that sure enough that good things really do come those who wait in patience. Even the medical researchers have accepted it now. Not only the philosophers and the spiritual leaders and all that, right? Now, is patience a skill that needs to be inculcated, or is it inborn? Patience is definitely defined as the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, overcome troubles, not intimidated with challenges, not intimidated with suffering, sickness. It's fine. It's part of my life. It has come. Let me see what to do next. Such a person is definitely known for the quality and he has the skill set already. If you don't have, you can inculcate the skill set. It is available, but only thing you need to welcome that and you need to make it part of you. Now, patience is also a skill. We can work on increasing our ability to be patient and engage in practices to become a more patient person, right? There is nothing wrong in that. Now, how patience can become my strength? Is it my strength or weakness? Some people think, oh, if I'm too patient, no, people take advantage. Is it my strength or weakness? Patience is always a key strength, especially if you're in a job, corporate job, profession, right? Customer service position is that of a patience. You will see a lot of people, right? You call up and you will start scolding, my network is not working, man, my bandwidth is gone and internet. That guy, oh, I'm very sorry sir for your situation, sir, please give us some time. Well, how much ever you scold them, use unparliamentary language also, that guy is well trained. But maybe I don't know how he behaves after he steps outside the office. Maybe he yells at you, but not at that moment, not on your face, because his brain is coached, his mind is coached. Like that, sometimes you need to coach your emotions, coach your mind. You don't have to be numb to your feelings. Sometimes you feel like yelling at somebody, telling something strongly, rebuking. Don't use unparliamentary language, but then you have to do it. You have to pour your emotions sometimes. Always being patient is not a strength, but being patient most of the times is definitely the strength. You may be dealing with people who are lost, angry, I mean, who lost their beloved ones, probably had a fight with his wife, but he cannot tell you no. You should make out, you should have that maturity to understand, hey, something is wrong. The face is pale and his reactions are different and all that. You should be able to gauge a person's emotion for that day when he begins the work, and that really tells how patient and how matured you are, right? Sometimes you need to judge who you are also. They have multiple questions in mind and they're not able to resolve all at one shot and they're all perplexed. That time you go and trigger something, no, immediately they'll be impatient, knowingly. Why are you going and poking? They're pouring the fuel on the burning fire. What is the example of patience, right? We will close in a few minutes. Patience is the quality of waiting calmly without complaining. You go to this railway booking, no, long queue, you will stand quietly. But when you sit in the dining table, oh, the wife is delaying the dinner by 5 minutes. That's it. Immediately, Maharaja will get all angry and he will throw the plate and this and that. Where is my food? Where is the punctuality and this and that? You can't show that in the railway booking. This thing nowadays they made it everything online. Olden days, I'm telling, I used to stand in a long queue, and that too, one old person will be sitting and kind of using the keyboard with one finger. This like this he will be pressing. How do you feel? I get all worked up, and I still remember many times I have, stood for 30 minutes and would walk back home. I get so impatient and worked up, and now I feel, I shouldn't have reacted that way, because why? 20 people standing in front of me are also human beings. Now, while they have patience, why not me? So I should be learning all that, and I learned it. Life teaches you anyway, without a choice. That's exactly what I want to tell you, right? Now, why? And then the state quality and the fact of being very patient is, your ability to handle things without complaining. That's the good quality of a person who's filled with patience. You will always see that good quality. They will never complain. No grumbling, no murmuring. They'll be murmuring and doing that work. My goodness, you will not be able to concentrate. They will upset everyone. So that is the thing. In fact, you are such a blessing to the society, right? People learn from you. How much ever I push him hard, the guy is not losing his patience. He's not grumbling. He's not murmuring. And that is something you can also, build others. You usually, if you're very patient, you will be such a role model to the society, to the place you work, at home, to your children, to your wife, to your husband, whomever you may be. The relations and in the bloodline and in the at workplace, in your society, in the neighborhood. Oh, that person is known for patience. Yeah, they always appreciate. Why? Because very very rare to find, very hard to find. Lastly, if you are an impatient person, how could I improve my patience? There are a few tips we say, and we close this session. Now, take the long view when making decisions, broader view, right? Or our lives are full of decisions, right? Decisions. You have the ability to decide, but make the right decisions in patience. That's important. Big or small, have patience. Don't compromise on that, right? And create a buffer between activities, right? Don't overwhelm. I'm actually very bad at that nowadays. Life has taught me. Recently I got my back sprain, which tells me that I got to be very patient in doing things. I want to finish everything, car cleaning, this and that, everything on the same time. And I'm really really fast by nature and all that. Then life taught me, my back taught me. Actually, when I got that sprain, I really understood, oh, patience is really needed, right? Don't have to be compromiser, don't have to be sluggish, don't have to sit back and watch and delegate the work to others and all that. You can do it, plan it and do it slowly, impatiently, one little by little. That will build you a very very patient person, because you bring in too many things on the table, naturally you will be impatient. Why? Because some point of time you will get frustrated. And create buffer between tasks and activities. If you're a student, you can do that. Or if you're a professional also, you can do it. Be a patient listener. Every good listener is known for the quality of patience. Some people know, my goodness, I know, immediately you stop. This is what the person would not have completed, and you would have to start from the beginning. Because of his impatience, this guy's energy again gets started from the beginning. Practice patience, seek to reduce your stress, find out stress busters like watching a movie or some sports, etc. That will also calm down, mellow you down, right? Have some source of distractions from your actual work, right? Lastly, um, push back any unreasonable demands. As I told you, don't mix too many things. Yeah, car cleaning can happen, bathroom cleaning can happen, work can happen, but when it has to happen, you need to organize all of that, right? Students, studying can happen, TV watching can happen, eating snack can happen, watching more, something else can happen, and playing with your friends also can happen, but not during examination times or not during a study holidays. You got to organize it accordingly, right? Why am I telling this? This is why you are impatient. You mix many things together and you grow as an impatient teen, or an impatient adult, or an impatient professional, or an impatient father, or an impatient mother, impatient child. Whoever you are, patience is the key to success. God bless you. With this, we are closing this session. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was useful. Please comment, subscribe to our channel. Please get access to all the videos. There are 60 plus videos available, all about life, right? We don't want any popularity. All that we need is, we want you to improve in your life. We want you to be an overcomer. God bless you. Stay tuned. I will soon meet you with another interesting session. Bye bye and take care. With this, signing off, your friend Wilson.